Yes, very, very.
வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வையகம், வாழ்க வளமுடன். Be blessed, very. My father-in-law was working in jail department, close to police officials and criminals. By nature, very aggressive, very short-tempered, get anger at even small mistake. When he was around 50, he got diagnosed with blood pressure. Some of his friends suggested sky yoga. He joined. We could see the impact in 6 months. His meditation and introspection resulted change in his attitude. Even when we did mistake, his reaction was not so angry. His BP came to close to normal level. This made all my family members to join Sky Yoga one by one. I'm the youngest and only daughter in the family. You may imagine how I would have been pampered. As I have grown up, looking at aggressive people around me, getting anger or showing anger is not something wrong for me. In the childhood, it appeared to me as a way of personality. In the school, we used to have moral period. Our class teacher once told a touching story for us. There once was a little boy who used to get anger faster. His father gave him a bag of nails and told him that every time he lost his temper, he must hammer a nail into the back of the fence. The first day, the boy had driven 37 nails into the fence. Over the next few weeks, as he learned to control his anger, the number of nails harmed daily, gradually dwindling down. He discovered it was easier to hold his temper and then to drive those nails into the fence. Finally, the day came when the boy did not lose his temper at all. He told his father about it, and father suggested that the boy now pull out one nail for each day that he was able to hold his temper. The days passed, and the young boy was finally able to tell his father that all the nails were gone. The father took his son by the hand and led him to the fence. He said, "You have done well, my son, but look at the holes in the fence. The fence will never be the same. When you get anger, your body get impacted. You can put a knife in a man and draw it out. It won't matter how many times you say, 'I'm sorry.' The wound is still there." Now, the little boy then understand how powerful his words were. He looked up to his father and said, "I hope you can forgive me, Father, for the holes I put you." "Of course I can," said the father. This story made huge impact to me, but I did not know how to control that. Yes, one day Sky Yoga helped me to approach this beautiful introspection, neutralization of anger. We all will have sufficient experience with anger, isn't it? What is anger? How the anger spoils the happiness of life in one and all in the society. If you think, you can understand. Even in the history of the world, all kinds of ruins of men and matter happened by the anger. Never in the history of human race, the anger has done good. Always, anger deteriorates the body and mind and disturbs the relationship between the humans. Now, we are practicing spiritual path, isn't it, right? Spiritual path is to bring down the mental frequency, go to the infinity state of a mind where we can meet the consciousness, Almighty God. Almighty, which is the static state in the whole universe, is within every particle, life force particle. The only extent is psychic activity in man as mind. So, when there is a waves of the mind, we cannot see the Almighty. We cannot realize our own self. So, we have to reduce the frequency, and when we reduce, we come near the truth, the peaceful state of mind. Then only the consciousness is able to develop its capacity to reach the self-realization and realization of Almighty. To avoid all kinds of emotional moods, the meditation helps us to bring down the mental frequency from beta wave to alpha wave, alpha to theta, and from theta to delta. So, when we practice our mind to work according to our will in all frequencies, we can get attunement with the natural two secrets and understanding everything of the universe whenever we want. So, improve our knowledge in that way. We are doing meditation. Any emotional mood will take away our mind to the higher frequency emotional mode, and we are disturbed in meditation level. Meditation is bringing the mind subtler and subtler to the infinite state, but emotional moods are working against it. Now, to get success in our meditation and understanding of the truth, leading the life harmoniously, peacefully, successfully, we have to avoid all kinds of emotion moods. Emotional moods will disturb the peace of mind, and when the peace of mind is disturbed, we are not able to think right. Some kind of aggression and emotional moods will make us involved into wrong actions. The disturbance of natural rhythm will come into being. As a result, pains, miseries, and problems in their life with himself, within the society, within the nation, all are coming into being. So, for painful life, successful life, we have to avoid all kinds of emotional moods, keep our mind calm and quiet to enjoy the natural beauties, providence, and develop our consciousness gradually to realize all about the body, all about the soul, all about our consciousness, and finally reach state of Almighty. Let's think about the neutralization of anger. Some may think that we can suppress the anger, we can reduce the anger. Suppression is not good. When you suppress the anger, that will bring another problem. Sorrowfulness, weeping, crying, all will come when you suppress the anger. When you suppress the anger, it will bring vengeance. The same anger will increase more, and then when the time comes, the same anger will be doubled in force. So, we have to neutralize the anger. Neutralization is not a suppression. Completely, we have to maintain awareness not to get angry about. Whenever you are having awareness, there is no emotional mood. When there is emotional mood of kind, there is no awareness. Awareness is lost. To neutralize the anger, we have to understand the evil effects of anger to self and others, to the body and mind. Here, Swamiji used to say two important points to understand the evil effects of anger in a scientific way. When the anger comes, first, it deteriorates the health of the person. Who is getting angry? How? Anger is an emotional mood. At the time, mental frequency will rise 25, 30, 35, even nearing 40, which is the topmost emotional mode. Accordingly, our biomagnetic field is consumed more and more. Our energy is being exhausted. It is the natural force in our body. The life force, by its own self rotating action, gives spreading waves. That waves join with the static state within the body. That becomes biomagnetism. So, every day, every hour, we are getting charge of biomagnetism, and by mental function and body function, biomagnetism is converted and consumed. Now, we are having certain quantity of stock always. When the energy is consumed more by higher mental frequency, what will happen? The intensity of biomagnetic field is being reduced. It's a natural force, automatic force, isn't it? So, at once, the life force start working more vigorously to supply the deficiency. So, here, every particle will start increasing its rotative force to charge the magnetic force. By the, what happens in between the particles? Because of repulsive forces of more speed, space increases, space between the particle increases by the whole volume of the life force, which is called the astral body, expands its in volume. Generally, the volume of astral body is within the physical body. As you fill up a tumbler or a vessel with full of water, what will be the shape of the water? As to the shape of the vessel. Similarly, our life force, which is called astral body, is within the body. The same shape it is working within. By the anger, every particle is increasing its force. So the astral body expands in its volume beyond our physical body. Suppose it goes 1 inch beyond the physical body. What is gone beyond the body, it won't return back. It is lost. So what happens at the time? How the expansion comes. You are boiling a cup of water. 1 cup of water, if it is boiled into paper, that becomes 60 cups or a little more. How it comes? Because every particle is reduced to rotate. Speed and more speed. Therefore, the space between the particles atom increases. Because of increase of the space, the volume water increases. Expand at the state of becoming vapor 60 times more. Similarly to that in the anger, when we get angry, the life force is working at a great speed and the astral body is expanding. At the moment, what happens? Because of every particle is working more speedily, first, the expanded volume rises up and heats brain cells. First victim is brain cells. When it clashes on the brain cells, man loses the consciousness, peace of mind. He does not know what to do and what not to do. He cannot think properly. So, accordingly, all the cells of the body are cooperating with the brain cells and violent forces starts some wrong deeds. Violent deeds come into being. At the same time, what happens? Because of the speed of the life force, it activates the whole body. Blood pressure increases. What is the intensity of the anger? That much person who is getting angry will get blood pressure increased. When the blood pressure is raised, it affects the heart, the lungs, the digestive organs. and all important organs of the body. Every cell is being activated, getting tension. After the anger subsides, what happens? 20% or 10% or 5%, at least the life force has gone. He become weak. Sometimes nervousness sets in. The shivering of the hands or also is seen with some people when they get angry. These are the evil effects of the person who is getting angry. Impact of the anger in our physical body is huge. What does Vedatri Maharishi says? As per Vedatri Maharishi, anger results in the blood pressure, chest disease, madness, sore, ulcer, eye disease, weakened seed cells and brains. Imagine every time we get anger, we are pushing our body towards these diseases. Very sad, isn't it? When the same anger comes again and again, you may imagine what will happen. That becomes disease, registered disease, angryful man. Never there will be harmony, not only at the time of incidents. Whenever he thinks of that incident, he gets angry. That is the imprint and reflections. So, by getting angry, we are deteriorating our health. Important parts are spoiled. We are born to lead a life, happy life, enjoy the life. Why be out to destroy it? The body is designed long before, millions and millions of generations before by nature. It is modified to this state in every generation. Now we are getting this body. Why should we spoil such a wonderful body? When you understand the working order of the nature of our body, it is the elaborate work of nature, connecting every cell, every atom, every part with coordination and cooperation. Such wonderful functions are getting disturbed by getting angry. First, we have to think how much ill effects, bad results are coming by the anger. What is the use? What is the benefit of getting anger? Never there is a good reason. Only by habit or ego, we can say, oh, because I get angry. All are afraid of me. It is not so. Inside, everybody is getting vengeance. They are so getting angry if they cannot carry out. It becomes vengeance. Everybody becomes enemy. So now you think of the first point. Anger deteriorates the health of the mind and body. It reduces the value of man. Why should we spoil ourselves? Here we will get the decision. I have to get away from the anger. To take such a decision, the understanding of the natural law, natural forces there must. That is what here Swamiji is explaining. It is not a fictitious story. You yourself can understand by your own experiences. When other person gets angry, what happens? You can see. So from practical experiences in life, you can understand all the ill effects of anger. The second point is to take the decision to neutralize the anger. Whenever anger comes, just you see with whom you are getting angry. Then gets angry with somebody, very often with the person who is devoting his or her time, love, and affection for him. One is getting angry with that person. Those who are working for his or her happiness, for his or her welfare. He is getting angry with that person. By getting angry, he is insulting him or her, making the person suffer mentally. If a person does good thing for us, We have to be grateful to them, say thanks, or be ready to do some good things to them. Instead of that, insulting the person and make him suffering mentally, is it not sinful action? When a person suffers by your action, his magnetic wave becomes poisonous, that is furious, because of the emotional aggression. So that becomes poisonous wave. It reaches only the person who caused the insult. So that becomes cursing that person. This is the wave action. Whenever wave comes from the thing or person, it has all the qualities of that person's character at that moment. Then, when it clashes on the others, it produces the same quality in that person. So, when other person get suffering or anger within, that affects this person also. So, those who are getting angry very often because of the curse of others may become sick sometimes, even it will lead to accident. So, both ways. First, it deteriorates the health and the mind of the person. Second, it deteriorates the friendship relationship of the best friends and best relationship. So, here, when you think of these two losses, what are you going to do? Get more angry after spoiling your own body and relationship of your best friends. Here is the deep thought. The wisdom has to look on only by experiences, thinking and thinking of evil effects. The wisdom will dawn not to follow the bad action, only to follow good deeds. It's not just mind game, it impacts our physical body. For any new mobile of 10,000, 20,000, we buy screen guard, scratch guard, case to protect. What is the value of our body? If you start valuing each organ like eye, heart, lungs, the value is more than 10 million rupees, right? Swamiji Vedatri Maharishi also quotes while explaining neutralization of anger that one's face turns into strainful when they get angry. Not just that, body shivers, eyes would be red, tongue twisters. Won't even remember what we did, we got angry. We may not be in position to look at the mirror ourselves. But if someone shared video on change in your face during anger, we would be ashamed. Here, our Swamiji explained very well about neutralization of anger. How? Let's see. You write down the names of all the person with whom you are getting angry in everyday life. That may be 10% or 20%. Keep it in the list and you pick up the first person with whom you are getting anger very often and bring the person into mental picture. Think of the relationship, value of the relationship between you and him or you and her. Such wonderful relationship is spoiled by getting angry. Why I have to do this? You always remember all the good things done by person. Again and again you remember. For all this is my action to make her or him suffer by insulting. Correct? No, I should not do that. So now you think of the person again and again. Fill up your mind with all the good things he or she has done for you. Take the decision mentally. I won't get angry hereafter. You have done so much good for me. For nothing, for small thing, I'm getting angry. I should not do that. I will not do that. For small thing, if I'm getting angry, it is a mistake on my part. I should not do that. Like that, one day passes. Again, in the evening, you sit and think whether you have done well or you have done mistake. You will understand if there is mistake. By practice within 2 or 3 days, you will rectify all your mistakes. Always your awareness will stay with the person. Whenever you think of the person, all this decision will come into in your mind. So the love, affection, and compassion will increase. Thereafter, you will never get angry. At the same time, try to bless the person even though he is getting angry with you. That is to be removed. For that, you bring into that person into mental picture, bless the person, and you are blessed by the Almighty. You won't get angry. You are all right. The blessings comes only in the peaceful mood of the mind. So it will penetrate into the life energy of the other person. It will increase the affinity, love and affection between both. So in that way, if you work out with one person for 1 week, within 1 week, you will come to the awareness not to get angry with the person anymore. Now, we can take the next person in the list. For 1 day, if we work on that person, that is enough because already we have worked 7 days. So in 1 day, we will get the same effect and take each day, each person in addition to the thinking of the previous persons. Within 20 days, you will complete the list. Whoever comes in your mind, whoever comes across your day-to-day life, never you will get angry. So in that way, if you practice for some time, you become the ocean of patience. Somebody may say that there is a limit for patience. If there is a limit for patience, what happens? That means after the limit has extended, what happens? You will burst into the same anger. That means you have not maintained patience with all others. You are increasing the anger. So there is not limit for patience or tolerance. In such a way, you have to work and work. Within 20 days, we will see and feel a complete change in our chemical function of the body also. But this kind of peaceful mind will give a change in the personality and will give a good effort in the family, in the relationship of friends, in official life, and within yourself. You can enjoy heaven and happiness. Swamiji used to say, this is a must for everybody to change the habit. If you change the habit by this process, you can change any other habit easily. Because when you change any habit, what is the duration and strength of the habit? That much is to added your willpower. For example, a person is smoking for 10 years. Every day he spends about half an hour for smoking. So the imprints and experience of cigarette is half an hour a day. So for 30 days and 15 hours. In calculating and add to 10 years, that much is the number of hours. In his life, such number of hours is the character achieved by smoking. When he try to give up, he cannot. But he have to practice and practice to strengthen the mind to give up. Suppose he have given up, he got success over the smoking habit. What happens? What is the harm gained by overcoming? Thousands of hours, for example. There is another habit which is 900 hours of habit. If he thinks of giving up at once, he will have the power because already he had the power of will by getting success over the smoking by 1,000 hours. It is added to that. So, whatever the other habits may be, that may be less. So whenever he thinks, he will get it. Such success will come to the mind. That is the wonderful change of the personality. If we get such a personality, wherever we go, around us, there is a peaceful way. All will love and respect automatically. To get such a wonderful life, we have to practice neutralization of anger. That will help us to do the meditation also successfully. To lead the life with limit and method, enjoying everything. So the whole life will be changed. That is the metamorphosis of character. With this, I conclude and wish Almighty may give you all sufficient power to do this introspection and get benefit and success. Let us understand the value of our physical body, practice neutralization of anger as advised by Maharishi, lead a healthy life. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity. Thank you so much to the Chembur Trust member. Bye.